Okay, so apparently this happened a couple weeks ago amidst the heat wave. That was kind of crazy. I mean, it kind of messed up our AC as well, but this happened in France. I think there's a narrative that overseas people, Europeans and those countries over there, they have a narrative about Americans going crazy in stores for things for Black Friday prices and all of that. But humans are humans. Like when things get crazy, and people think, well, my culture, we're this way and we're doing this thing. No, culture does not define a human being. Culture does not define a personality type. Culture helps direct people. Culture can't tell people what to do. So, like when people judge the United States for doing certain things, I think they try to cover up or neglect that that same thing might be happening in their own backyard, maybe at a lower rate. But humans are humans, man. You can't ever tell someone in Europe that you guys are this, you guys are that, and completely forget that you also have the same problem in your yard, in your backyard. But check this video out. So French shoppers scramble, fight over air conditioners and fans amid heat wave. Yikes. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, dude. Is it that serious? Like, I get it's hot, but like, why are you on the ground hugging something? Like, that box looks beat up too. She looks like somebody might just try to snatch it out of her hands if she's not careful. That's how that box looks. Wow. Wow. Mm. Oh, snap. You just snatched it. Dang. To be completely fair, this scene was kind of crazy. Like they started to rip the store apart. Oh, that actually fell on someone. That's crazy. But I mean, like you guys are shoving the doors open. It's kind of crazy that that France was acting this way with the heat wave that was happening, because I actually don't understand why you don't look at your weather. Like when I go to cut grass that day, or maybe that week before I go to cut the grass, I get an idea of what's going to happen in that week with rain or whatever, so that I can understand, okay, I'm cutting the grass twice this week. What days should I go out? What days should I avoid? And so I'm looking ahead. But like I don't understand, because this heat wave, they had warned people ahead of time, hey, this heat wave is gonna hit next week. There's a heat wave coming, there's a heat wave. You know, the news loves shouting things into the ears of people. They just love doing that. But they let people know, hey, there's a heat wave coming. We knew this. How do we get here? Where's the preparation? And looking at some of the things that people were saying about this, someone asked, well, why not just go on Amazon and order some portable AC units or some fans or whatever? Because we know China makes a whole bunch of these. China makes a whole bunch of everything. And someone said, you go to Amazon, you try to order it. They say it's out of stock. They say it can't be delivered to your address. They're way overpriced. So basically, their countries are making it difficult for them to get AC units, which is mind blowing, because what is the actual problem? Like, what is the problem with us having AC units? Is this an environment thing? That's confusing, because what's the problem though? Like, for real? Because there was a time where there were riots in the United States and all of this stuff. And we were getting a lot of judgment from people outside of the United States, like, oh, look at your people, look at what you guys do, and all of this nonsense. And what people always seem to forget is when it comes down to human nature, no matter where you are, that's not gonna dictate how people act. It's enforcement, it's law enforcement. Like when this was happening, it doesn't look like it was happening in just one store. When this was happening, where were the police force? Where were they at? What were they doing? Why are people allowed to act this way for this extended period of time? People are actually trading blows for AC units. As a country, if I'm seeing this, I'm opening all ports for AC units to be imported into the country because we know there's not a shortage. Why is it difficult to get AC units into the country, as a matter of fact? But I get it, because when your house is like 90 degrees, it's tough. Well, what are you going to do? Walk outside? That's where you get toasted even more. For a country that doesn't have centralized air conditioning technology, you would think that structurally they would create their homes to better regulate if heat were to come along, understanding that there is this quote unquote global warming happening. And people say, well, Europe has been getting hot. Yeah, I'm not contending with that. Europe has not been getting hotter and hotter. It's the narrative behind the whole world is going up in flames. That's the narrative that I don't buy into. Yeah, of course, temperatures are rising. Can you tell me what the temperatures were doing 100,000 years ago on Earth? Pretty sure you wouldn't be able to tell me. There was a time where the Earth literally froze over. There was a time where the Earth flooded. Here we are. So the narrative behind the whole world is going up in flames, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, because there's a lot of evidence that says though the world is going up in temperature, it's not as dire as they make it. But here in France, obviously there's a problem where the temperatures are 110 degrees, sometimes 115 in certain places. Like, that's a real problem. But for a country to ignore the needs of their people to this level where they're fighting in stores and beating each other up and hugging their fans as though look, man, fans don't even solve the problem. Not even gonna lie, fans, they don't solve it. They just make the problem worse, in my opinion. All they do is circulate hot air. So if it's not an AC unit, that's tough. But still, people are beating each other up over the AC units, that over the fans. This is hard to watch, because why should people have to fight over fans? Like, when you see some of these scenes, it's like a movie. When you see some of the ways these people are fighting, it's like, really? Like, if you were to get hit the way you're hitting some of these people, like, that ain't right. And it's like anarchy. Like, you have people ripping AC units out of the hands of other people. I think people also forget that when the world goes to crap, the world really goes to crap. There's nothing that can stop people from doing whatever they want. People don't realize that if a whole group of people, if a city decided to overrun and do whatever they wanted to do, they would be able to do it, at least for the time being, until the federal forces arrive. They could do whatever they want. If a country decided to do whatever they want, they could do whatever they want until the national forces arrive to keep things in check. But if everyone on Earth decided to do whatever they want, if things went up in flames, if getting clean water now became a matter of life and death, like, you best know your neighbor is gonna sit there drinking that water while you low-key pass away. The nature of people does not supersede societal advancement. It really doesn't. Society has to be anchored to something objective, or else anyone and everyone just does whatever they want. I mean, look at this guy ripping this AC away from this lady. Like, no remorse. No remorse whatsoever. What is she gonna do about it? That's a guy. You can't fight him. When people decide to do whatever they want, there's nothing anyone's gonna be able to do about it. Oh, we're humans, we're civilized, we have laws. Laws go out the window when societies hit a threshold that they want to ignore law. Everyone's playing according to law because everyone doesn't have a life-threatening need that they need to address. Some do, but when that life-threatening need hits the masses, law goes out the window. What are you talking talking about? What are you talking about? Get a little bit of gas and save some for the people behind me. What do you mean? What do you mean buy only one pack of toilet paper so that the next person behind you can get some? What do you mean by that? Right? That happened in the 2020s where everyone started to scramble for home supplies and such because of COVID. And you realize you saw in the stores that people were buying way more than they needed just to be safe in their home. Well, what about me, dude? There's no more toilet paper because you just bought like 5 packs. What about me? What am I gonna do? It's tough. It's tough to recognize that people by nature are just not good. They're evil by nature. And people say, no, people are decent. People are pretty good. Like, everyone does whatever they need to do every day and everyone goes about their life and no one really bugs anyone. It's just, criminals here and there that do bad stuff. But then something like this happens and you see the nature of people. Like, I think we give each other too much props. And I think the Bible is completely 100% on point bullseye hitting the target when it says that there's no man good, not even one. Not even one. You see this on a small scale with a heat wave. And people are knocking each other over, knocking each other out, snatching AC units from women. Like, yeah, I get it. I get it. Either you suffer or she suffers. Like, there's no gender or sex in this. I get it. But dang, you really do see the nature of people. And you're like, man, if things really did go sideways for humanity, like all over, no one would spare each other. We would all be fighting. It would be certain groups. Christians, I think, would be one of them. It would be certain groups that really band together and try to help the community. But everyone else is just for themselves. And so when you think about this and you say to yourself, man, society would really move forward even if there was not an objective standard. Like, we would just figure it out. Complete cope. Stop lying to yourself, because all it takes is a heat wave for everyone to start acting crazy. All it takes is a Black Friday deal for everyone to start acting crazy. If you got something out of this, drop your comment, drop your thoughts below, like the video, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you later. Peace.